Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Goring and Streatley Food and Drink Festival and the Chef's Theatre. Today we have, in our third slot, we have Tom Clarke from Lortolan. I'm sure you all have heard of Lortolan and possibly Tom. And Tom is going to cook for us today a mackerel glazed with soy mirin and keycap with beetroot, horseradish and lovage, which sounds delicious. So, can we give him a big welcome?
Thank you.
Tom?
Thank you. So just if you're not familiar with the restaurant Lortolan, it's in Shinfield, Reading. So it's a fine dining restaurant. We've
Michelin
got
star?
Yes, Michelin star. It's all good so far. We're working hard. We've got private dining rooms. We do a lot of different things, like we do like a chef experience, a cook and dine chef experience. You come in the kitchen at 9:30. You spend the day in the kitchen with everyone in the kitchen, going through all the sections. Myself and everyone in the kitchen, going through the sections, knowing a bit more about the what we do on a day-to-day basis. And then, you get to taste, eat dishes and everything like that. So it's quite an experience. The cook and dine is slightly different. After you've finished in the morning prep, you sit down and eat at the chef's table, which is quite nice, especially if you bring guests as well, because we get you to explain everything because you've been doing it. So, it's the same metaphor. You do all the prep through all the kitchen, the sections, because it's all split between sections. And you get to experience what we do, really, and then you get to ask as many questions as you want, take as many notes as you want. So it's pretty good. Yeah,
they're really good, those courses. I've done a couple. And you also do some great offers. For example, lunches, don't you, several times a year?
Yes.
You'll do a really good, reasonable lunch.
Yeah, lunchtime's definitely reasonable. And we do like a midweek offer as well. So, so you get to experience it, which is really good. So basically what I'm doing is a dish from our a la carte menu, basically. So we've got, it's going to be seared mackerel with horseradish, and we've got some raspberry in there as well, just for a little bit of a surprise. So I don't know if there's there is. So this is the mackerel. So basically, we want to make sure that we always get fresh produce all the time, make sure it's the best, especially for a demo, you always make sure it's the best. So it's beautiful. You can see by the gills, everything about it, how the fish is. We work closely with our suppliers. We go and visit them as well to make sure that we're happy with how they function. Because, for instance, the produce might be good, but how they look after them, care them. I'm not going to name any suppliers, but some suppliers, you want to pick the best who, we want to achieve the best, so we want our suppliers to achieve the best they can do. So it goes for meat, fish, vegetables, everything. So, so I can see it's beautiful, the colour, the eyes and everything like that. So I'm just going to break it down.
Where's it come from, the mackerel?
So it's Cornish. We always get Cornish, best in the world. Don't listen to anyone else. If they do, they're talking rubbish.
Got Andrew and Nick before you, they had Cornish.
So. We just start off with taking off the head, just behind the fins, and then I might make it look very easy, but you just go along the bone, and you find it, and then on the other side.
Can you do that again?
And then on the other side, you do the same. You just run your knife across the bone, and it's one of the easiest fish to prep. So it's once you've done it a couple of times, it's all right. And then we just take off the rest of them on the belly, and then we just bring it round. Break it down like that.
So is this currently on your menu?
Yes.
Yep.
So this is on a la carte and tasting menu.
Your tasting menu is how many courses?
We've got, it's on our 7 course, but it could also feature on our 10 course.
Wow.
Which we do as well, we call it a surprise. So it's a surprise menu, so you don't know really what you're going to get.
Just what you got in the cupboard.
Yeah. Something like that. So we just break it down as so. And then what we do here is called a V-bone. So basically we run our knives just on each side of where the bones are going to be down the spine.
So going with the shape of the fish, from tail to head.
You try to get it so as close as possible, so you don't want to damage the fish really.
It's a really good view actually on the screen because we're overhead, you can see.
Nice. And then basically nice and easily try and take out the pin bones as much as you can. And then just the same with the other one.
Because they are quite bony mackerel, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, you do have to, they are a bit of a pain. Nah, they're not too bad. But you can always ask your fishmonger to fillet them for you. So I'm just checking, there's a few still in there.
I'll let you do that. We've been asking our chefs some questions, Tom, so we'll ask you while you're doing the fiddly bit.
Yeah.
Which would you choose, Marmite or marmalade? It's sweet or savoury, isn't it? You know?
I don't know.
Don't know?
If it was Bovril, I'd pick Bovril.
Okay,
I like Bovril.
Bovril,
yeah.
Right. Nigella or Jamie?
Sorry?
Nigella or Jamie?
It's got to be Jamie because I'm from Essex, so he's from Essex. So
Essex boys,
stick together.
Okay, Greg Wallace or John Turode? No?
I don't know.
No, you don't know. Okay. Ketchup or brown sauce?
It depends on what it is as well.
That's what the guys before you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what you're eating it with. Indian or Italian food?
That's a tough one as well. I like both. So,
Both?
I can't really.
Okay, right, you can't do both on this one. Salt and vinegar or cheese and onion? Do you like everything?
I'm not a fussy eater.
No, you can't do both. You've got to choose one.
Go cheese and onion, yeah.
Cheese and onion. Okay. You're the first to say that.
Damn it. So I've just finished.
And you've chopped it up.
Yes, so I've just done it into nice pieces. Basically, I'm gonna the tail ends. I don't know if you saw. I've kept it back. So basically, we're going to be serving it in two parts. So I've got some prepped already, and basically we've cooked it in a cork bouillon. It's called. Yep. So it's with loads of aromatic. It's some aromatic water essentially, and we just poached it, and then we just flaked it down, keeping it quite chunky because you don't want to lose the texture of it. Mm-hmm. You don't want it to go too mushy. So yeah, that's that part. So so I've just got bowls. So here, this is the mackerel. So basically, it's just been, like I said, flaked down. We cook it around 60 degrees, so it's cooked, kind of thing. You can cook it lower temperature or higher, but it's just due to how you like it. So basically, we've taken the skin off, and then we've just flaked it down.
How long do you cook it for in the?
So we 5 minutes maximum.
5 minutes, yeah.
Depends on what temperature you're trying to hold at 60, between 50 and 60, try and hold the temperature at. So this is just going to be, going through this, you're just going to have some some pickled cucumber, which we've basically just diced. So we've pickled it with like a standard pickling liquor, which we use water, white wine vinegar, white wine, sugar, salt, and then because it's sort of got a little Asian twist to it, we've got some Szechuan pepper in there as well.
Nice. And how long does it take to pickle cubes like that? You chop it first?
No, I mean, no. We use a sous vide machine and everything, so it gets it. Affects it quite quick, so
yes.
it has,
But at home, if you were doing it, you'd put it in a bowl with the pickling liquor.
Yeah, well the thing is you can dice it, bring it to the boil, just below boiling point, pour it over, cling film it and just leave it in the fridge. And when it cooled down, or cool it down, then put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then the following day should be okay to use because it's diced. So it's.
Yeah.
So then here I've just added some horseradish creme fraiche. So basically, I made to incorporate the horseradish properly. We make a horseradish creme fraiche. So it's just fresh horseradish cream as well, and creme fraiche, and we just blitzed it all together, passed it, and then we just add it to, and then we just incorporate it in that way.
So again, if you're doing it at home, could you just mix a little creme fraiche and grated horseradish together, and that would
yeah, definitely. So now I'm just going to show off a bit of knife skills. So then we just add some chives, fresh chives to this. So yeah, we're looking to do like a kitchen garden. I've spoken to the owner and we're trying to incorporate, we think it's the best way,
Because you've got quite a lot of grounds around there, because it's an old vicarage, isn't it?
Yeah, there is, and also there's a property over the road which basically the garden's not doing anything, so we're going to look into it. We're going to start slowly with just doing like a little herb patch, which is what we're currently starting to do, and then eventually we're going to start doing it. We can't use it in everything, it's impossible for us for the amount of covers we do, but even if it's like we had like just one menu, just which included all the
garden produce, great.
Exactly, or just one dish in particular.
Yeah. There's an amazing garden. I mean, you guys, I live in Reading actually, but obviously when I come here and I park in that car park, you walk by, and it's like an allotment, isn't it? Do you know where I mean? By the car park. I mean, amazing, absolutely fabulous produce.
So yeah, I've just. You can put as much as little in as you want, really. The horseradish, we do everything to taste, so so we would do it to taste instead of more than anything else. We want it to be taste of horseradish, but not too much. We don't want it to overpower the other flavours, really. We want it to just work.
So you would serve this as a starter?
Yes, this is.
Yeah, it is a starter. Yeah.
So I'll just take one of your spoons.
And this amount that you're making now would serve how many?
Well, basically, we're just going to put a little canal on, but you can actually have this as a dish as well. Yeah. It's just I like to serve a produce more than one way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is cold, that is hot. Yeah. Caramelised, and then you've got this is cold. And then it's very fresh, so then it counteracts each other, so it's like a nice, beautiful balance, which is what we try to achieve. So yeah, so that's that. And then just with this, I've got some beetroot balls. So basically, with Parisian scoops, we peeled the beetroot, we Parisian scooped them, and then we cook them in beetroot juice to intensify the beetroot flavour. With salt, some thyme, and that's about it.
Lovely.
So yeah, these are just a nice earthiness to the dish. So I'll put a few on there, and then we just keep them in the beetroot juice and have it like as a nice glaze.
Presumably it's quite sweet, the beetroot juice.
Yeah, well, basically we're trying to use the whole thing, so we don't want any
So you
wastage.
make your own beetroot juice, then,
yeah,
do you?
so,
right, okay.
So we've balled them out, the leftover from that gets juiced down, so then we're utilising everything. So instead of, prepping them, then that goes to waste or something else, and we cook them in water or something. We just try to intensify the flavour of the beetroot by cooking in beetroot juice, really.
Yep.
And then we just give it a little bit of seasoning.
Do you need a pan on here, or you?
Not just
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might do the pickle though, actually. So yeah, so we've got pickled beetroot going with this. So a nice acidity to it, freshness. So I'm just warming up some pickling liquor. This is, we use Merlot vinegar, or you can use Cap Sauvignon, so like a red wine base, red wine vinegar. We've got thyme, juniper in there as well, water, sugar. so it's quite sweet, sweet salts.
Smells lovely.
And then we've just got we'll have some fresh raspberries on the dish as well. At the restaurant, we sometimes would do, like, we freeze them. We just get fresh raspberries in, freeze them down, and what I'm playing with at the moment is I'm going to buy some pestle and mortar, and we smash them in front of the guests, and then sprinkle it fresh on, like, so it's frozen texture going through it.
Nice.
But that's what we're playing with.
So you've been at Lord Chelan nearly 3 years now? No, you've been 3 years in...
Yeah, I worked
As head chef, sorry, I mean.
Yes, since 2015, yeah.
Yes.
I worked previously with Alan for...
Alan Murchison, yeah.
For quite, 1, 2, 3 years as well.
Yeah.
So, it's coming up to just over 6 years now in total.
Right.
So with this, we don't want to bring it completely up to the boil, but just warm, because raspberries are very delicate. So anything quite delicate, if it's raspberries, blackberries, anything like that, we tend to just have it quite warm over them. So then we just cover them over, and we just leave them to do their thing, really. So then also, beetroot wise, we've got, we've got beetroot powder. So basically, some of them we've made to juice. The rest of it we basically dehydrate. So we dry it out at between 60 and 80 degrees. The lower the temperature, the longer, better, just because it keeps a nice colour, beautiful colour. So we've got that on the dish. So just a bit of texture, and it's got a different taste to it. Because it's dehydrated, dried out, it's intensified, so it's got a nice flavour. We're just going to serve some Avuga caviar with it. So Avuga caviar is very nice. It's smoked herring eggs, so it's nice and creamy, and obviously it's smoked, so it's got a smoky flavour, so it adds a texture to it and a flavour, which is the main thing. And then here we've got oyster mayonnaise. So basically we've got some native oysters. We've taken them out of the shell, and then we make the base of a mayonnaise with that. So we've got the oysters, the vinegar, and the mustard, and we blitz that together, and we emulsify with. So we do olive oil and pomace oil. So it's a mixture. Because we don't do straight olive oil with anything, just because of it's very powerful. It's got an intense flavour, and so the more intense the flavour is, it's going to take away. We want it to taste of oyster at the end of the day. So we've just made like a little mayonnaise. So it's got like a saltiness to the dish. So it's just another element as well. And so we've got the raspberries.
So there's how many elements in total? Can you remember?
1, 2, 3. Well, there's going to be a few more as well.
A few.
So we're not quite there yet.
No.
So also with the beetroot, we like to have we want some fresh on there as well. So we've got some cooked different ways, dehydrated, and like cooked beetroot balls. So then we're just going to do some like carpaccio.
Nice.
So we just have some nice fresh raw beetroot. Just looking for my peeler.
Your peeler is in your pocket.
I packed everything yesterday, and I just thought in my head, I thought, I forgot a peeler, so I ended up taking one from home. So I think the missus is in the crowd somewhere, so she won't be happy. So we just top the tail, and then we're just going to peel it. And then I've got a mandolin slicer, and I'll just slice it, and then I'll cut it into perfect discs. Any questions so far? Pomace oil. So it's an oil which is mixed between sunflower and olive oil.
You can get that most places, supermarkets
Yeah.
now, pomace,
Yeah. First and foremost, it's the seasons, and then I don't know. I come up with some of them because, for instance, beetroot and horseradish is quite classical. So people, same with mackerel being served with beetroots, and then like I've added the oyster, and yeah, I don't know. Some of it's a lot of the stuff you'll make, you'll try, you think, oh, that'll be good, and then trial error, and you have so many stuff which does not work. Like I'll own up. I tried to do a blue cheese marshmallow.
Oh.
I thought I'd be able to pull it off, but
No.
I'm going to eventually, but yeah.
But yeah, so far, the trials haven't worked.
Yeah, I've been trying that for a long time. So so if everyone thinks, if any chef says to you everything happens first time round, it's
not true.
I won't.
Do you ever get guests coming, because obviously you change your menu, and saying, what a shame you've taken X off the menu, can you do it again for me? You have so many repeat customers, they probably think that's great, it's a new menu.
I mean, we try to, like even if we get a returning guest, we'll, if all sections, all departments for the restaurant are on the ball, shall we say, we try to make sure that they have different canapes. For instance, if it's the same week or the following week, to make sure that's the little things that they would tend to have, like canapes. Sometimes we do a canapé for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe the same one, or the pre-desserts or the amuse-bouche or something like this. So we'll try to make sure that we can fit chop and change.
I know, because you do it, and you keep notes on your regular guests, don't you? You keep files on them so they get different canapes or different, don't you? That's
it's like with returning guests, we like to feel like they're welcome. So we take notes of if they like still or sparkling water, just attention to detail.
Little touches that are,
it's just that you go there because a lot. There's one place in New York, Levermanson Park, and one of my friends went there to eat, and so he was coming out. He was on his honeymoon, so he went to America and everything like that, and he went there, and they at the end of the meal, they've done research up about him. I mean, it can be a little bit scary, I suppose, in some aspects. But because he's very into his foraging, he's a chef as well. So he went there, and they done like a little foraging set for him to take away. So and it was like a little map of Madison Square Park and everything like that. So you could do So it's like it's creepy, but it's not. If it makes sense.
I think that's nice.
So I've just cut some discs of fresh beetroot as well. I've also got so at the restaurant at the moment we've been doing for just under a year now. We've been making our own butter for the restaurant. So from the butter you get buttermilk. So we use so instead of buying things now, we're making them, and it's cheaper to make the butter. It's more labour intensive, obviously, but I've got to give them something to do, I suppose. So we make the butter, we wash it out, and then we hang it, and then we get the buttermilk, and then from the buttermilk, at the moment, one of our canapes is we're doing a star anise macaroon, and it's served with like a Lovage infused ricotta cheese. And the ricotta we make from the buttermilk and everything like that. So it's all homemade. So it's kind of a nice thing to do, we think.
Lovely.
So, okay, so I'll start warming the pan up.
Okay. What do you cook at home for yourself, Tom?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Baked beans on toast. No. I try and I like steak, so I do cook a lot of steak at home.
Yeah.
I've been recently on holiday, so I really had a fetish for eggs Benedict. So
Were you
for a
in the
few-
States then?
Sorry.
Did you go on holiday to the States? No.
No.
Okay.
No, I was just. I went to see some of my family.
Right.
Yeah, just because I'm in the middle of moving house and everything like that. So, yeah, so I was cooking, and my mum's never had it before, my dad's never had it before, so I was cooking it, and I ended up craving it for quite a while, to be honest. So, yeah. Sorry, So yeah, with different types of fish, depends on cooking times and heats, all sorts. So pan fried mackerel, you don't want it in a cold pan, you want it in a warm pan. So I'm just warming the pan up. Some fish, like anything like a sea bass, which is quite a firm fish, so it lives quite deep in the sea. So anything like a round fish similar to that, even like a sea bream, in a cooler pan, and then bring up the heat. And then 3/4 cook it, then flip it over, and then we finish our fish off with butter and lemon juice. But for here, I've got this keycap, so it's like we call it a marinade because we also marinate things with it. So you can also, I'm pan frying it for you guys, but this we serve also in the restaurant. We have done previously, just cured. So we cure it in the marinade for up to 2 hours. We'll portion it all down and everything like that, and then we just get a blowtorch and we just blowtorch the skin.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Nice.
So I'm just.
And the keycap is Asian, isn't it? It's an Asian.
Yes. So
soy,
like you say, it's a sweet. It's like a
sweet.
sweet. So we got that soy sauce and mirin. So we've also got a bit of lime juice and lime zest in there just for the acidity. Because what we're going to do is we're going to pan fry it and finish it off with the marinade.
Nice.
So we want it nice and fresh. I'm just getting everything. So I'm just pan's warmed up a bit.
Yeah.
So normally you would season fish, but for this we don't because the soy sauce
It's
and
salty.
keycap, it's got the seasoning in there. So we're just gonna refrain from that. So we just got that. We just let it do its thing, really. We try not to play around too much with it. We want it to cook 3/4 on the
Jumping, still alive.
on the inside. Then we'll flip it over and finish it off.
It's so neat and precise. I was talking to the chef Daniel Galmiche the other day, and he's not working as hard as he used to when he was at the vineyard in Newbury, and he's done his garden, and he says he's driving his wife mad because everything in the garden is terribly precise, and if a leaf blows, he's out there and picking it up, and he said, it's because I've worked in fine dining all my life. He said, I can't stop myself.
Well, when I was I used to work at La Mama for Raymond Blanc, and so when I worked there, I needed quince and I needed them now, kind of thing.
Yes.
So I ran out into the garden and I was ripping them down, getting them as quick as I could, and then I heard him screaming at me. He come running over and he's like, no, mon petit, and he was like, you need to pull them off. Yeah.
Oh,
and ever since
gently.
then, exactly. And ever since then, like that was when from that moment then onwards, like I really understood about the appreciation for the produce and everything like that. Before then, I was just cooking, just doing as I told, and then that was just a big turning point. I say it over and over again that because it
must
not until I go
sticks
mad.
in your memory.
That'll stick with me. So so we just it's nicely caramelised. We almost want it a little bit black. No, we call it caramelised. No, just torched. We want it a bit more.
Yeah.
Because basically it's another flavour. It's a flavour tone, and it's like I say, it's a smoky flavour. So you're trying to everything we've got. We're not within reason. We're not mucking around with the produce. We're cooking a bit of fish. We're just seasoning it different. The rillette, we're making it we're just doing it our own flavour to it. You know, we're doing raspberries, we're pickling them. You know, it's not, you know, pickling is nothing new. You know, we're drying things out and having powders. It's just getting them so it's there for a reason. That's the biggest thing. It's like you can do a lot of stuff and it's just there for the sake of it. So I'm just going to, switch off now. I ain't got a choice. So then I've got this, so it's equal quantities of mirin, soy sauce and keycap manis. So.
Andy, any questions? Any more questions?
Just be careful.
The keycap mani, which is a sweet soy-based sauce, Asian sauce, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more delicate. It's Korean actually.
Is it Korean?
It's not. Yeah.
I buy it in the Chinese supermarket in Reading and use it for stir fries. It's lovely. Really, really nice. Oh, you can smell.
Yeah. So you got
the sauce. Yeah.
So it's deglazing, so it's intensifying the flavour. Yeah. So that's what you're trying to do.
It's really caramelly.
So now I'll start plating the dish up. Try to. So yeah, I've got 2 of our plates from the restaurant, which are very nice.
And tell us about quenelles. Is it just practice?
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, when I was working at Le Manoir, not so much the quenelles, but it was the rocher. So for when you're doing ice cream, to get a nice shape.
So a quenelle of ice cream is a rocher, yes?
Yeah. Well, in this country, yes. In France, no.
Okay.
Even though it's a French word, yeah. We just took the words and changed the meaning for it, really. But so we just do a nice little shape of that. I'm just going to play around a little bit. So just with the fresh beetroot, just drizzle it with some nice rapeseed oil, cold press, and then we're just going to line these out. So, I mean, when it comes to the food at the restaurant, number one is flavour, taste, and then secondary, everything's about presentation. So if we think too much about the presentation before how we're going to serve it, and it doesn't work, you know, it's just not right. So just get a spoon.
And do you do drawings, for example, diagrams for your kitchen staff so they know how to plate?
Yeah, I mean, we've got basically in our kitchen everything's computerized. So we've got on each section we've got iPads, and basically you click on it, it's got all the dishes, and then from that you got a picture of it, then you can click on all the elements. The elements sends you to the recipe. So yeah. It's not me. It weren't me who done it. I'm terrible with computers, so I can't take credit for that one. But
and this is the mayonnaise going on now. The oyster.
Yeah. So it's just a few dots of that. It's nothing massive because you don't want to overpower it. And then we just got. The pickled, yeah.
Pickled raspberries.
Yeah.
In the beetroot pickle juice, was that correct?
No. It's with capsaicin vinegar. It's very it's very similar.
Red vinegar,
yeah. It's got the same elements, just put together slightly different. These I've done in front of you, but normally we'll do these a little bit more in advance as well. Yeah. So then I've got
Oh yes, caviar. Get that.
Yeah, some of the caviar.
Does everybody like caviar?
So, I've always been told when you use caviar to always use it, not silly dots of it, just like nice bumps of it.
Big spoonful.
So yeah. So that, and then we've got here is the buttermilk with horseradish. So it's just horseradish, fresh horseradish blitzed through it and then passed off.
Through buttermilk, yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got the lovage, which is the oil.
Tell us about lovage. What's
It's very similar to celery, like we use the leaves, yeah. It's got, yeah, very similar to celery or parsley kind of flavour, so it works well with the beetroot. I've used it before with mackerel, so I know it works well with mackerel as well, so it's kind of one of those things that you know of. And then we've got something nice and pretty, and then we just, a bit of dust. Yeah, and then just a little bit of beetroot powder. And then we just finish it off with some red vein sorrel, so nice acidity going through it. Red vein sorrel. So it's got very good acidity. And obviously the colour as well is really nice. And some viola flowers.
Because they're so pretty, can you leave that bowl out for people to taste as well, the horseradish?
Yes, yeah, of course.
Not all get it.
So, yeah, that's basically one of our dishes what we're serving at the restaurant. So, yes.
Absolutely delicious, Tom.
Yeah, I think it's
So, if you'd like to come up and say you've left the bowl as well, so you can have a spoonful.
yeah.
And you also have some other treats.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Yes, yeah, I'll leave them out.
Where should we put those?
We could just leave them. I'll put them out there.
Beside the food.
Yeah, some.
Let's move this and put them there. Some lovely. Everybody's holding back. Go on. And yes, these are. Yes, you can. Yes, indeed. And what are they, Tom? The truffles?
Sorry, yes, so we've got a malakoff, so it's got some nuts, so it contains nuts in them. And then we've got a salted caramel.
Are these what you serve with coffee?
Yes, yeah. So just a little sample taste of what we've got.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Must just say we had
And there's
a
some
beautiful
pies in the
meal
restaurant.
at your restaurant. We did last year, just before Christmas.
We'll be
we
back.
took ourselves on as a Christmas cruise. It was wonderful.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Whole experience